Yo, check it out. Yeah. Yeah. Guys, what's going on? Welcome to hashtag TNT JoeFi Tech News that Jerome Ortega finds interesting. I am your host, Jerome Ortega. This is whatever episode number you want it to be, because I lost count. This is also day something, whatever you want it to be in quarantine, because nobody cares, because we've been locked in for too long. And I'm just so excited for this to be over, whenever it's going to be over, if it'll ever be over. Guys, what's going on? How's it going? Today is Thursday, September 3rd. It is 2:07 p.m. I have quite a busy day today, but we have a good amount of tech news to share, kind of, sort of, but we'll go into it. But before we do, let's go into chat. Let's say hi to everybody. Team Varai was first. Team Varai, you win for September 3rd. You are the winner. Team Varai, hi Jerome, hi everyone. Hope y'all are doing okay. With that price, I might stick to the base 4A. Well, we'll talk about it. Team Varai, welcome. Big House Productions is in here as well. Hey. What's going on, Big House? Nice to see you. Tim had messaged me earlier, and Tim was like, Jerome, I'm going to stop by the stream. Then he says, okay, I lied. Lady friend just texted, and we're meeting for lunch. So you're too good to hang here for a lady friend. I see how it is. Just kidding. So I'll leave this on with the tab muted. Got to pimp up those numbers, Tim. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it, man. Who else is in here? Zane Beg. What up, fellas? What up, Zane? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Scrolling down. Tectonic. Hey, Gnome. My name is Jerome Tectonic. Tectonic, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Mario's in here as well. What's up? What's up, Mario? How you doing, man? Welcome. Alrighty, so let's go ahead. Let's get started. Let's get right into the Pixel 5. We'll talk about the Pixel 4a. We'll talk about the Pixel 4a 5G and, where its place is into this whole new phone stuff coming in. Oh, there's a couple more in here. Let me say hi before I continue on. Ishmael Harden is in here. Ishmael, what's up? What's going on, Ishmael? How you doing? Jason Lim is in here as well. What's up, all? Tobez is in here. Of course, Tobez is going to be in here. I haven't heard from Tobez in how long has it been? But as soon as I talk about the Velvet, here comes Tovez. Tovez, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Alan doubling up. What up from Facebook? Hey, Team Vari, what's going on, Alan? All right. Jason says if Google's going to opt for plastic, make sure the price also keeps it low. So we'll talk about it. Oh my God, Levin Williams. Levin, it's been a minute, man. Levin, I haven't seen you in a while, I think, right? How long has it been? Welcome to the stream. Deepak Murthy is in here as well. Hey, Jerome, with the very happy emoji face. Deepak, how's it going? All right, guys, let's get into it. So I saw this article yesterday. A couple other people were talking about this too. And it looks like there's going to be a price difference for the Pixel 5. When I say a price difference, the rumor obviously has been going back and forth. It might be this, it might be that. The latest rumor that I heard before this was that the Pixel 5 might be pricing in now at $700. But this article is saying that it's going to cost, well, they say cost a lot less because they're referring it to the $800 price point of the Pixel 4. This article is now saying that the Pixel 5 could be, I think, $649, I believe. We'll double check and we'll read into it. So this article from Tech Radar says the Google Pixel 5 could cost a lot less than the Pixel 4. Yeah, $800, $649 or $650, $150 price point or price difference is obviously a big difference. And the Pixel 4a 5G's price has leaked too. Are they talking about this like this is brand new news? I feel like, so the $649 price point is new, unless from what I've heard last, the Pixel 4a 5G is supposed to be $500. Unless that's changed. I haven't read this entire article, so we'll go ahead and we'll get into it. You might reasonably be expecting the Google Pixel 5 to be an expensive phone. After all, it's the successor to the flagship Google Pixel 4, but a leak suggests that it might actually cost a lot less than its predecessor. And yes, obviously, it's going to cost less. We've talked about this time and time again. It's going to cost less because it's going to have a Snapdragon 765G instead of a Snapdragon 800 series chipset. They're going for the cheaper, less performing chipset because they want to add 5G in it because 5G is all the rave, or at least that's the marketing stuff that they want to tell us. They want to tell us that 5G is the best right now, even though it's not there just yet. So that's according to whoever this person is, a Twitter leaker who claims the Google Pixel 5 will come in green and black shades and cost €629, which in a follow-up tweet they claimed, quote unquote, with a bit of calculation, comes out at $649. So again, the original price point that we've been hearing lately is that the Google Pixel 5 is going to be around $699. And I clipped a video a couple days ago or sometime last week where I said at $700, the Google Pixel 5 is not worth it because you can get the Pixel 4a 5G for $500. So let's go ahead and read on though, and just kind of finish this article off. That, as they note, is the same price as the original Google Pixel, which could mean prices in other regions are the same too, meaning we might be looking at £599, 1,079, what is this, Australian, for the Google Pixel 5 in the UK and Australia, right? That's also a lot less, at least in the UK and the US, than the Google Pixel 4, which started at $800. So this article from Tech Radar, the thing that's bothering me about this is this little point right here. Like what they're saying, it's like, oh, the Pixel 5 is going to be the same price as the original Google Pixel. Isn't that crazy? What a price difference. It's going to cost the same price as it was 5 years ago with the original Google Pixel. Well, yeah, but the original Google Pixel had a Snapdragon 800 series chipset. The Google Pixel 5 is going to have a Snap 700 series chipset. Completely different, less performing. I don't even know how well performing the Snap 765G is going to be compared to the original Google Pixel chipset. It's not going to be bad by any means, but it's obviously not going to be in the same like level as last year's performing Google Pixel 4. It's not going to be as fast as this Google Pixel 4 by any means. And that's why it's a cheaper price. Stop making these articles sound like they're dropping these prices. It's going to be amazing. And tell them why it's going to be cheaper, because they're going to be putting a slower chipset in there. Like, God, make it at least obvious to the people reading this. You're going to have people who don't know anything about this phone who's going to say, well, yeah, what a price difference. Let me buy this. And then they might be a gamer or whatever, or heavy into performance, and then not realize that it's going to be a slower chipset. All right. So here is the tweet about it. Exclusive. Here are all the prices and colors for Germany for the new Pixel 5G devices, Pixel 5 and Pixel 4a 5G. So what is this? So here is the price, 629 euro for the Pixel 5, and then 500 for the 4a 5G. But I don't know what this equates to. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I don't know what this equates to in the US. I'm still assuming that the Pixel 4a 5G is going to be $500 US, like they've been saying. This much lower pricing might seem odd, but it could make sense as Google is rumored to be making the Pixel 5 more of a mid-ranger with a mid-range Snap 765G chipset rather than the flagship Snap 865 or 865 Plus. I love how they add that at the very end. It's like, oh, by the way, it's going to cost less because it's most likely going to have a much slower chipset in here. I wish they would just bring that out right at the front, so people they get the info right away. That said, we would still take this with a pinch of salt for now. For one thing, an earlier leak pointed to a slightly higher price of $700 in the US, and this is just a rumor and from a source without much of a track record, though notably they've recently accurately leaked the prices of various Samsung devices. In any case, they also claim the 4a 5G will come in black and white and cost roughly 445 pounds, 500 euro, $810 US. We haven't included a US conversion, as Google has already confirmed that the 4a 5G will start at $500 there. We should find out the exact prices for both of these phones soon, as rumors point to an announcement on either September 30th or October 8th. If I remember correctly, it's going to be September 30th. September 30th is when, or was that the leak from John Processor? It might be. When they're going to be announcing the Pixel 5. Then it says here, they'll be sure to bring you all the details. I'll be sure to bring you all the details and make sure we cut through the bullshit from this. So the big question here is the Pixel 5 worth $650? A $50 price difference from the $700 that it might be coming in at $650 versus. So when I say that, I mean, if a Pixel 5 comes in at $650 and a Pixel 4a 5G comes in at $500, $150 price difference, you still have to think about what that extra $150 is giving you. That extra $150 will give you the same chipset performance. It'll give you the same camera experience, right? So all of those are the same. So if performance and camera and like stock Android or vanilla Android or whatever are your priorities, then the 4a 5G might be the better bet because you're saving $150. And obviously price is a meaningful priority for you. But what will separate the 4a 5G from the Pixel 5 is the fact that the Pixel 5 will have better build quality. It'll have a higher refresh rate. So 90 hertz instead of the 60 hertz refresh rate. I think it's going to have slimmer bezels, so it'll have a nicer aesthetic. And then in terms of battery, I think the 4A 5G might give you better battery from the display alone. Unless the battery on the Pixel 5 is going to be that much bigger, but I can't remember now what those numbers are going to be when it comes down to it. What else is the 5 going to have? So the 5 is going to also have a fingerprint reader like the 4A 5G. Those are going to be the same. Obviously, the Pixel 5 is going to have better build quality. It'll probably be metal and glass. It's going to have IP68 dust and water resistance. It's going to have wireless charging. So there are a number of things that it will add on to it, but is it worth the extra $150? That I can't. So for me, I've been saying no. I still feel like even at $150, yes, it's better, $50 off. That's better than $200, paying an extra $200 for all of these smaller extra things. But I don't know if for a lot of people, if build quality, if wireless charging, if dust and water resistance is a deal breaker for you. Because I'll say this again, when I have my Pixel 4 here and I have my Pixel 4a here, they seem very similar in terms of build quality. They look very similar just in terms of aesthetics. I mean, I've said this before, but the Pixel 4a has a much like nicer looking full display than what I have on the Pixel 4. But we're not talking about the Pixel 4 here. We're talking about the 4a 5G and the Pixel 5. And it's dropping that price down by an extra $50. So now that the price difference is $150 makes it a little more appealing for me. I've said this already before, but I'm going to be buying both of these phones. I'm going to buy the 4a 5G and I'm going to buy the Pixel 5. I want to see if it really is worth that extra $150. Maybe the screen's going to look a lot nicer. Maybe the battery is going to last a bit longer. Maybe the build material is going to be a lot better than the build material on the Pixel 4. Because let's be honest, guys, this Pixel 4, yes, it's higher build quality than my Pixel 4a, but it's not by a lot. It isn't by a lot. It isn't $800 worth of build material compared to my iPhone 11 Pro. Sorry, I didn't mean to knock that. Compared to this, the build quality on the iPhone 11 Pro is so much better than the Pixel 4. You gotta be kidding me. I'm looking in chat here. That's right. I forgot about that. Gboy888. That's another point to make. The Pixel 5 will have 8 gigs of RAM versus 6 gigs of RAM on the Pixel 4a 5G. So keep that in mind as well. And then I think even when we're talking about 5G, luckily both the 4a 5G and the Pixel 5, it looks like it's going to incorporate all versions of 5G. So you're going to get sub 6 gigahertz, you're going to get millimeter wave, and you're even going to get that mid-band 2.5G. 2.5 is it right? Is that 2.5G? 2.5 gigahertz mid-band. So I love that Google is still going to incorporate all of the antennas or whatever it is to include all variations of 5G at this point. The 4a 5G will get it and the Pixel 5 will get it. For most people, I think the Pixel 4a 5G will be the better bet. For most people, I think the Pixel 5 at this point, because it's going to have pretty much the same performance, and I am willing to bet the exact same camera experience. I mean, the Pixel 5 might have some of that extra like processing in it to give it maybe just a bit better quality in terms of the camera, but I think for the most part, it's going to be mostly the same. And I feel like at this point, you're paying an extra $150 for like the niceties of a phone, for the better build quality, for the wireless charging. If you're a big wireless charging person, then that's great. That's a benefit for you. I mean, you know what? I'll be honest with you guys. Even though I don't use wireless charging a lot, I ended up, so you don't see it here, but on my desk, I ended up installing. I plugged in my Pixel stand, and I've been using it quite a bit because it's there. So I'm just like, well, what phone is low on battery right now? And then I just let it sit on the Pixel stand. So I've been getting some use from it. I even put my AirPods Pros on there. So it's a nicety. It's not a necessity. That's a good way to put it, Jerome. It's not a necessity, but it's a nicety. It's one of those things where it's nice to have, but is it worth the extra $150? And I think that's really what it comes down to, because for most people at the end of the day, if one person is sitting there with a 4A 5G and the other person is sitting there with a Pixel 5, you pretty much have the same phone. I mean, come on, you pretty much have the same phone. You both can sit there, take a photo at the same time of the same person or the same thing, and you will most likely get the same experience from it. You both open whatever app, and I am pretty sure you're going to get the same experience from it. Yes, the Pixel 5 will have 8 gigs of RAM versus 6 gigs of RAM, but I don't think that is going to be a world changer. Again, nicety, necessity. Is it worth the extra $150? I don't think so, but I will be eating my words when I buy both. And if the Pixel 5 is actually worth that extra $150, I will be the first to tell you. I'll be the first to say I was wrong, but I want both because I want to really see if it's worth it. Maybe Google has something up their sleeve. Maybe Google is going to add something to the Pixel 5 that will really let it separate itself from the 4A 5G. I have said this many times. Really, what I was hoping for was that the Pixel 5 was going to stand out with completely new optics for its camera that will, level it above the Pixel 4A or the 4A 5G, but it looks like that's not going to happen. But I could be wrong. Maybe that's something that they're going to do. So we'll wait and see. All right, real quick, I'm going to go ahead and get into chat here. There's a lot of chat, so I'm scrolling up, but real quick, I said that twice now. Sorry. Please do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up. Hitting that thumbs up is a great way to support. So if you get a chance, do that. If you haven't hit that thumbs up, hit that thumbs up. All right, let me get into chat here. And let me see what's going on. So Tobez is talking about the LG Velvet. How about 588 on T-Mobile with the Velvet? And Pixel 5 is my favorite phone of 2020. Wow, I'm surprised to see that, Tobez. Yeah, 588 is the price for the LG Velvet on T-Mobile. Well, we're going to talk about that a little later. I love tech a lot. How's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. Did I miss anyone earlier? Oh, Paul's in here. Did I say hi to Paul? Paul, how's it going, man? Paul Hendricks is in here. Hi, everyone. Hey, Paul. How's it going, man? I love tech a lot says the other day you asked on stream, would you spend $2,000 on the Z Fold 2? I rather spend $2,000 at a strip club and make it right. Thank you for that feedback. Ishmael says, what are they cutting other than the chipset on the Pixel 5? Probably no wireless charging also. I hope that they don't do that. They need to make the Pixel 5 worth that extra money. So wireless charging should be on there. They really should be putting it on there. They're already going to skimp us on the 765G chipset. They're not going to put the 865. I mean, if it was up to me, I would have them put the 855 plus on there, but they're not going to do that because of no 5G. So all we get is the 765G. They need to keep wireless charging on there for sure. Deepak is saying around 745 and 590. Thank you, Deepak. But yeah, if it's confirmed that the 4A 5G is going to be $500, then we'll just keep it at that rumor, or I don't know. Is that confirmed? It sounds like it's confirmed, but we'll wait and see. All right. Matthew Williams, how's it going, man? Hello, sir. I downloaded Discord. I've never used it before, so not quite sure how it works, but you're right. It's pretty dead there. Shouldn't you be starting some sort of conversation? I'm trying. Give it a little bit. We'll get that room popping. We'll get Discord popping. Damien Wadali. Damien, how's it going? Have I seen you in here before? I think I might have. I'm not sure. I'm thinking of upgrading to the LG sorry. I'm thinking of upgrading to the LG G7 to the Velvet. T-Mobile is taking 50% off the price via a trade-in and 24 months bill credit. Sounds good. What about the MediaTek Dimensity 1000C processor though? So Damien, hopefully you're still here because I want to talk about that. I'm going to talk about that. If T-Mobile is taking 50% off the price, trading in the LG G7, that's not a bad price at all. But stick around for a little bit, and we'll get into it. Damien, welcome. By the way, Harsh Mystery, how's it going? Marketing is total shit. That's all it is. I agree, Harsh. That's harsh. That's a bad joke, but that's a great way to put it. Darkman X2G, how's it going? Welcome. Sign me up for the Pixel 5. Love that it will be the same size of the 4A. So here's a confession. One of the reasons that I want to buy the Pixel 5 is because I really love the size of my Pixel 4a. I think this is one of the best form factors to use on a phone. I love the one-handedness of the phone. It's funny because I didn't really say that all that much with the Pixel 4. I might have mentioned it here and there. I might have been more upset because of the $800 price point, the fact that it didn't have a rear fingerprint reader. But I love that, this phone has such a great aesthetically the same form factor with, I think, even slimmer bezels. It might be a little bigger in terms of a footprint, but it might be one of the reasons. I'm kind of excited for the Pixel 5. I'm also excited for the Pixel 4a 5G. Honestly, the Pixel lineup for 2020 is looking good. I am not on board with the 765G chipset, but I'm on board with the price point. The Pixel 5 is a little more questionable, but only time will tell how good these Pixel phones are going to be. So far, you guys know how I feel about the Pixel 4a. It is right now for 2020. I mean, I have my $1,300 Huawei P40 Pro Plus here, and I love this P40 Pro Plus, but for the price on the Pixel 4a right now, this is my favorite phone of 2020. My favorite phone of 2019 was the iPhone 11 Pro. You guys know how I feel about that for people who have been here. But right now, as of today, because I don't have the 4a 5G, I feel like the 4a 5G is going to be overtaking the 4a. I don't know. It's too early because the other phones aren't here yet. And who knows? The iPhone 12 Pro might be the phone that beats all of these. There's going to be a lot of competition. That's why I keep saying the Pixel 5 really needed to bring it, because the iPhone 12 is not slowing down by any means. The iPhone 12 is going to come, and it's going to be what, $700, maybe $650 for the original or for the iPhone 12 or whatever. But that iPhone 12 Pro, it might surprise all of us. It might really just outperform, the iPhone 11 Pro with, who knows, the battery, the camera, everything. We'll see. Darkman says, but I'll wait for Black Friday for the discount. Smart. That's a smart thing to do. Big House says, I'm going to be good with the 4A. There you go. Darkman also says there's a small market that want the premium Pixel. I hope they have a 256 gig version. I hope so too. I would rather have that than 128 gigs. Wouldn't it be nice if the Pixel 5, they didn't even have 128 gigs. They just started at 256. I don't think that'll ever happen, but that would be awesome. If they priced it at $650 with 256 gigs of internal storage, I would be completely thrilled for that. Just like I was thrilled that they decided to price the 4A at $350 with 128 gigs of internal storage. Maybe they'll surprise us. Who knows? Zane says, if the 4a 5G has wireless charging, it's the perfect phone for me. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, Zane, but I just don't think it's going to be coming with wireless charging. I think Google has to figure a way out to separate itself from the 5, and I think only the 5 is going to have wireless charging. You never know, though. Deepak says 5G is not worth the extra 150, but the other features may be worth the upgrade from the 4A to the 4A 5G. And that's a good point too. And that's why like Brian, who's usually here in stream, Brian, what's today? Thursday. Brian's working right now. But that's why Brian decided not to buy the Pixel 4a, because he's waiting for the 4a 5G for the bigger display, the bigger battery, for the faster processor, for the extra sensor on there. And that's why I think, so if we go back to this, I think there is a better value for the 4a 5G over the 4a. I think that's a better value than the value that you might get from the Pixel 5 over the 4a 5G. Does that make sense? I think getting a 4a 5G is a better value than getting the 4a. How am I trying to say that? I'm not saying that the 4a is not worth the 350, because it is. I just think that buying a 4a 5G is a better value than buying the Pixel 5 over the 4a 5G over the 4a. I completely butchered how I'm trying to explain that. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm leaving it at that because I can't explain what I'm trying to say. All right. Team Verizon says, Jerome, have you heard about the new Mini Mario handheld Nintendo is putting out? Looks real retro. I haven't. I'll have to take a look at that. I'll take a look at that a little later today. Actually, Team Verizon, do me a favor. In Discord, send me the link. For any of you guys who are YouTube members or Patreon members, please hit me up, DM me at Phone Jerome, or email me hello at jeromeortega.com. And if you are a YouTube member or a patron, hit me up and I will give you a link to the Discord. That is now a perk for all patrons and all YouTube members. Just FYI. Mario says, and it's going to be the same size as the 4a. The Pixel 5, that's one of the pluses for the Pixel 5. That's something that I need to start noting in there. That for people who want a smaller form factor, the Pixel 5 is going to be the smaller form factor and is a better one-handed phone. Definitely. Ishmael says we need more RAM and more storage on the 5. That'll be the biggest factor, and 30-watt charge. All things that I wouldn't complain about either. I'd love to have all those things as well, Ishmael, for sure. Kyle Brass. Kyle, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Pixel 5 is only worth $500 tops for what you're getting. We all know other phones have the same specs with a cheaper price. That 90 hertz screen is what's really driving up the price. Yeah. So, Kyle, like that's the thing. It's hard for me to disagree with you. I don't want to like that's why so like the way Kyle puts it at $500, Kyle's pretty much saying just buy the 4a 5G. If you want that performance, if you want that camera experience, you can get all of that on the 4a 5G. You don't have to buy the Pixel 5 to get that. Again, the Pixel 5 is giving you the niceties, not the necessities. You can get all of that on the Pixel 4a 5G. So I hear you. I still have to get both because I really want to see if it's worth it. It probably isn't, but I just want to see if you know what I'm curious about? I'm curious if the Pixel 5's build material, build quality control is better than the Pixel 4. I have said this before. You guys know I rant on here a lot about the same things, but on my Pixel 4, the oleophobic coating on it wore away and it looks disgusting on my Pixel 4. My Pixel 4a hasn't had that issue yet. I don't see those like disgusting smudges or whatever that I can't remove because the oleophobic coating is gone. It just looks gross. And I wonder if they're going to fix that for the Pixel 5. I wonder if that's going to be an issue. Google hasn't been the best when it comes to quality control, build quality, and we know that. We all know that. If you disagree with that, just look at Google's history of the Pixel lineup with the blue shift and like just all these things that have plagued Google year over year. There have been issues with their phones, and maybe you're one of the lucky ones that have never had that issue, but it is a thing. And I think they can do a lot better when it comes to quality control. With that being said, the Pixel 4a, though, for me has been pretty solid so far. And I've been using this as my daily driver for 2+ weeks. I know it's only been 2 weeks, but I am very, very, I won't say abusive with my phones, but I don't use a case. I don't use a screen protector. I don't baby my phones. And so far, the Pixel 4a has been holding up fairly well. All right. Fear the Roof 42, welcome. Hey there, Jerome. Happy Thursday. Quick question. iPhone 11 Pro or wait for the Pixel 4a 5G? Still looking for a great picture snapping experience for the wife. So here's the thing. The iPhone 11 Pro will give you, even though the Pixel 4a, Pixel 4a 5G does really great in terms of a camera, in terms of its day shots, even in its night shots, the iPhone 11 Pro, in my experience, still produces better night shots than my Pixel 4. There's really no need for me to test the Pixel 4a, but I will. I just know that the Pixel 4a will give the same results as the Pixel 4. Thus, the iPhone 11 Pro will still have better picture results than the Pixel 4a. We can go a step further. The video quality on the iPhone 11 Pro will be better than the Pixel 4, Pixel 4a, Pixel 4a 5G. That's just how it's going to be. As far as the ultra wide that's coming on the 4a 5G, who knows? That's what I'm waiting for. Maybe the wide angle is going to be killer on the 4a 5G on the Pixel 5. But so Fear the Roof 42, you're asking about the picture snapping experience. I mean, if you're only talking about photos, the iPhone 11 Pro is still going to give you pretty good photos, better photos at night. I will say my iPhone 11 Pro during the day, even though those are good shots, the iPhone 11 Pro has issues in direct sunlight. It has a bit of lens flare that the Pixel 4, I have not experienced those kind of issues. So just something to take a look at, something to think about. If you're curious, again, for anyone who's in here who's listening, please look at my past camera comparison videos of the iPhone 11 Pro and the Pixel 4. That will give you a quick synopsis of how those photos turned out. All right, let me scroll down and get to the rest of the chat here. Big House says 6 gigs of RAM in the 4A and 8 gigs of RAM in the 5. Google is rolling. Devox says, Google keeps us hyped. Zolfi, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. Hi, Jerome. Which is the best among the Pixel 4a and Pixel 3 XL if both have the same price? Which should I buy? Zolfi, you asked this question yesterday. We talked about this in length. Did you leave the stream? I believe it was you, Zolfi, who asked this. Actually, Brian had good points about this as well. So just to make this real quick, so the Pixel 3 XL, okay, let's do this real quick. The Pixel 3 XL will have better performance. Performance-wise, the Pixel 3 XL wins. In terms of the camera experience, they're probably going to be similar. The 4A might edge it out here and there, but the 3XL also has that wide angle on the front. So yeah, that's kind of a toss-up there. Battery-wise, Brian said that his Pixel 3 XL gets about 5 hours of screen on time. My Pixel 4a gets about 5 hours of screen on time. So that's kind of a toss-up there as well. The Pixel 3 XL has a bigger display, but it also has bigger bezels on it. Also has that like notch on it. But the Pixel 3 XL has front stereo speakers, so that's a plus. I mean, the Pixel 4a has stereo speakers, but one has a bottom firing one. So you got to think about that as well. The 4a does not have wireless charging. The 3 XL does. The 3 XL is dust and water resistant. What am I missing? Oh, the Pixel 4a will have longer support now. Since the Pixel 3 XL is older, it's only going to get support for another year, while the 4a will have support, I think, until 2023. So you got to take those things into account and figure out which is best for you. If anything, play this back, write your pros and cons list, hit the check marks on where your priorities are, and then figure out what the best device is for you. If you end up making a decision, let me know. I'm kind of curious. So, all right. Hopefully that helps, man. Hopefully that helps. Damien, still here, man. All right, we're going to get into it, Damien. We're going to go into it right after I get through the chat here. Rajiv says, hey, buddy, Pixel is love, only for the software and cam. Rajiv, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Oh, my God. Chat is so long here. All right, guys, I'm going to have to kind of like push this forward. I can't get to every single chat because I want to go over the Snap not the Snap, the LG Velvet. So give me a second, Lo. I will try to go through these as quickly as I can. Jerome, is the 4A around the same size as the 4? Yes, they're about the same size. The only difference is the 4 is a little bit taller. You see that? I'm holding this at the very same size at the bottom. The 4 is a bit bigger in terms of its footprint, but the 4A has a nicer looking display because the 4 has the Pixel 4 has asymmetrical bezels because it has that Soli radar chip and all that shit for facial recognition. So I think the 4A looks nicer aesthetically in terms of its display with a smaller footprint to boot. Nick Coletti, Nick, how's it going, man? I mean, if you have a 3XL, probably should wait till the 5. If you absolutely have to upgrade, it would mainly be for the 90 hertz and battery, though. Fair points. I mean, if anything, if you have time to wait, you might as well wait. Nick Coletti, welcome to the stream, by the way. Ishmael, wait, it's the size of the 4A. Is the 4A 5G bigger? The 4A 5G will be bigger. The 5 will be smaller. The Pixel 5 will have about the same footprint as the Pixel 4A, but will have even smaller bezels. So it's going to look aesthetically, it's going to be like a very full screen display with a smaller footprint, more of a one-handed phone. Harsh says, I live in India, so we get the Samsung chipset, whatever it's called. You mean the Exynos? They've been working on it for years, and it's still weaker than the Snapdragon. We've complained about that many times, Harsh. We complain about it a lot on here. All right, let me scroll down. Jose Barajas, am I saying that right? Jose, welcome to the stream. I'll do the Pixel 5 on Black Friday. There you go. That's the smart thing to do, guys, is to do that. Don't be me who wants to get it right away so I can like talk about it, but wait for the best deals. That's how you're going to get the best out of your money. Jeffrey Molina says no Black Friday this year. I mean, who knows? Jeffrey, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Karan, right? Oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm butchering it now. Karan Hope. Hey Jerome. Hey Karan, how's it going, man? Welcome. I haven't seen you in a minute. Nice to see you. Javier Hidalgo. Javier, what's going on, man? Just saying hello and laters. Hope you're doing well. But I've been busy with work. No worries, man. Nice to see you. Nice of you to stop in and say hi. Appreciate you stopping by. All right, guys, I gotta scroll down here. Nicoletti says, do we know if the Pixel 5 will have active edge squeeze? I don't think it will. I really don't think it will. Jeffrey says, we don't need 5G. I've said this many times. We don't. It's still too early for a lot of that. Adrian Stanciu. Adrian, I don't know if I said your last name right, but hi, Jerome. Hey, Adrian, how's it going, man? Nice to see you in here again. Jose says, I don't care for edge screen or the Soli sensor. I'm the same way. I completely agree. Just give me a small 5G Pixel. You and I, we see eye to eye. I'm the same way. I'm one of those as well. One of the biggest scams in marketing a phone as 4K, even though they're only 1440p. True 4K is 2160p. I hear what you're saying, Harsh. I'm with you. Jason says, price aside, the P5 should still be a flagship phone. Google abandoned the Nexus program and moved to the Pixel. It's like going backward. It's Nexus, Pixel, Pixis. That's a good way to put it. There you go. Jose says they never claim 1440p is 4K. It's always been advertised as QHD, right? They call it 2K or whatever, something like that. Mauricio is in here. Hello, Jerome. What's going on, Mauricio? Nice to see you. All right, guys, I gotta scroll down because I need to get into the LG Velvet. We will always talk about Pixel stuff. I know it's something I love to talk about. Apparently, obviously, it's something that interests you guys as well. And I'm glad because I feel like I have a Pixel crew to talk with. Something Wong, how's it going? is the Pixel 4a 5G going to have a better screen on time than the Pixel 4a? Since the 4a 5G will have either a 3800 or 4000 milliamp hour battery. So this can go one of two ways, is because the Pixel 4a 5G is going to have 5G on it. 5G will probably eat up a little more battery. The chipset on there is going to be a little more performing, so it might be eating up the chipset as well. My guess is it's still going to have a better battery life. It's going to have a bigger display, but it'll have that bigger battery to kind of like offset that. I think it'll have a better screen on time. I'm assuming it's going to have at least 5 hours of screen on time like my Pixel 4a. If we're lucky, we're going to get 6 hours, which would be wonderful. I would love to see that. I don't know for sure, though. I don't know for sure. My assumption is that, yes, it's going to have better battery life, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay. I'm like just looking at the chat here, just making sure that I don't miss people. Edgar, I remember when Google upgraded me from the Nexus 6P to the Pixel XL, and then after refunded me for the Pixel XL because I kept having issues, right? Same with the Pixel 2 XL, they refunded. My Pixel, I've had the blue tint issue on my Pixel 3. I had my screen go completely green. I've had issues on my phones. The oleophobic coating now on my Pixel 4. Like, I would be lying to you if these phones have not had issues in the past. I have a Nexus 5X here, boot looped, that won't work. My 6P though, fortunately has held up fine. There's just been inconsistencies, and I think Google can do a lot better when it comes to build quality, for sure. For sure. All right. Let me scroll down here. Oh my God, you guys are really into it with chat. I'm so sorry. I'm not going to be able to get through everything. Tito Escobar. Tito, how's it going, man? For me, I see more vibrant colors with photos taken with my Pixel 4a versus my Pixel 4. Really? I need to do a proper camera comparison between the two to see how those work. Tito, thank you for providing that feedback. Thank you for chiming in. I appreciate that. Thank you for joining the stream. Kyle says the Snapdragon 865 costs $150 more, I'm assuming, versus the 765 only being $40. Oh, okay, 40 and 150. The 875 is going to be about $250, so prices are only going to keep going up to offset Qualcomm's high-ass asking price. Mid-range about to boom. It is. It really is. I just hope that mid-range doesn't go like this. That 400 is no longer the set price. That 500 is going to be the new set price. And then 2 years down the road, 650 is the set price. And then flagships are $2,500 or $3,000. And then it's like, at that point, it's like, fuck off. I don't want to spend that kind of money. Ridiculous. All right. Days One is in here. 4A will have more OS updates, right? Exactly. Days One, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. All right, guys. I know there's a lot. We will rehash a lot of this stuff. Oh my God, guys. I'm so glad you guys are speaking or talking in here, and I appreciate that. This is a very long. What is this? Is this even phone related? Okay, no. That's very spam. I saw something about herpes in there. Boopin, Duda Boopin. Thank you for the laugh. No, we don't need spam in here, buddy. So, bye. Okay. Raymond John. Raymond, how's it going? Hey, remember, I'm Raymond. Shout out, please. There you go. There's your shout out. DJ Shark 9000. Welcome. Hey, what's good, bro? Do you think this will be the last high-end Pixel? I mean, is the Pixel 5 really a high-end Pixel? I don't know. I don't think so, though. I want Google to still keep putting out phones, keep putting out good phones. That's my hope. Tito Escobar, how do you feel about Google moving towards making their own chips? And do you think it'll be a success? Tito, I am thrilled that they're making their own chips. I feel like this is the move they need to make, especially with Qualcomm. Just like was it Nick who was saying that? No, Kyle, I'm sorry. Kyle was saying that. Just like Kyle was saying, Qualcomm with their ridiculous prices and charging as much money as they charge for their chipsets. No, Google should be making their own chipsets. Then they can control that process. Maybe they can optimize the experience so then they can compete with Apple's very well performing chipsets. I think it's a great thing. Will it be a success? I don't know. I don't have the highest faith in Google. I'm happy with some of the stuff they do. I'm not so happy with some of the other stuff they do, like kill off 18 million like projects because they make so many and they have too many hands in the cookie jar, but that's another story for another day. Sturgio, Stefan is in here. Hey, Jerome, I can buy a used 3A for 100 euro. Should I get it? I don't know what that converts to in US, but I'm assuming it's like 100 something. That sounds like a great deal. If price is your priority, then yeah, the only thing I worry about is how long that performance is going to last. Like, is it going to stutter, lag, slow down considerably a year or two from now? It depends also on how long you plan on keeping it. So something to keep in mind. Sturgios, I would spend more time on that, but I really got to move on to the next story here. So, oh my God, guys, I appreciate all the love in here. CH Gadgets, welcome. What's up, peeps? CH Gadgets, welcome. Rashid, am I saying that right? Rashid Jane, is it okay to wait for the Pixel 5 or should we go with the Pixel 4a? If you have time to wait. See what the 4a 5G has to offer, see what the 5 has to offer. Give it a little time. Wait if you can. Nick says, Jerome, have you tried Android 11 beta? What do you think so far? So I did on my Pixel 4. I tried Android 11 beta. I mean, it's nice for what it is. I haven't really dug too much into it because I was just getting tired of using the Pixel 4. The iPhone 11 Pro was really my main. I haven't put Android 11 beta on my 4a yet, but I really should. I can't give you a fair assessment because I haven't had enough time using it. So like, just give it a second and or give it a little time and we can kind of rehash that and go back to it. All right. Olympic ass eater. Did you just change your name? What was your name earlier? Are you going to get the new 2K Samsung Galaxy Fold? No, I don't have 2 stacks to spend money on. Not at all. Team Verizon says, man, 1 hour in and we're only on one story. I know. We're moving on. And it's also because I have an appointment at 3:30. So I can't, there's no way. It's already 2:57 p.m. Really quick, I know I didn't get a chance to do this, but really quick, if you guys get a chance, like I said, hit that thumbs up. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, I stream weekdays at 2 p.m. Central. So be sure to subscribe. I know that sounds like marketing gimmicky shit, and I hate doing it, but it is a way to support. So please, if you want to support, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And last but not least, if you've noticed people in the stream with green in their name or a red Chicago star next to their name, that's because they are part of the Phone Jerome fam, and you could be one too for as little as 99 cents a month. By doing so, you get the green in your name, you get the red Chicago star next to your name, you'll get to have custom emoji, you'll get your name in every single one of the intros and outros of my live streams. You will also get access to my private Discord. Again, you could do that for as little as 99 cents a month by clicking that blue join button. If you can't find that blue join button, you can go to youtube.com/PhoneJerome/join. I know that times are tough. I know not everybody can afford that. And I totally get that. And so that's why I ask to just hit that thumbs up or hit the subscribe button, participate in chat. And, that kind of support means a lot to me, and I appreciate that. So moving on, guys, we're going to move on because I don't have a lot of time. We spent so much time on the Pixel. We'll have to rehash and talk about this again. But what I want to talk about is T-Mobile and their LG Velvet. This came out of left field. I had no idea this was a thing. So this article from GSM Arena, I have a new member. I gotta spend a minute here. Ishmael Harden. Ishmael became a new YouTube member. Ishmael, thank you so much for the support, man. Thank you. I think you were member 30 or 31 or whatever. So I appreciate you supporting, appreciate the love. You now get the green in your name. You'll get to use the custom emoji. I will add you to the intros and outros of the live stream. Love the content. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, guys. We will move on. We're going to talk about the LG Velvet. This phone came out of left field. I had no idea this was happening. I don't know if there was a rumor about it, but this article from GSM Arena says the LG Velvet is powered by the brand new MediaTek Dimensity 1000C chipset. This 1000C chipset is new. This is another variant from MediaTek. There's been the Dimensity 1000, the 1000 Plus, the 1000L, and now the 1000C. And I have no idea how good or how bad this chipset's going to be. The LG Velvet has the Snapdragon 765G chipset in it. That's what it originally came with. That's what it came with in South Korea, and I don't know where else they put that chipset in. Now they're getting a 1000C chipset in here from MediaTek, and it's coming for T-Mobile, and it's going to be priced at $588 instead of $700. So about $120 difference for T-Mobile for the US. Is that a good deal? I don't know. So let's read into it because I have a few thoughts about it. The LG Velvet isn't new anymore, having been first announced back in May, but T-Mobile's model has just been unveiled, and this one's special. Is special the right word for it, or is less performing the better word for it? Unlike all the other 5G capable Velvets out there, which are powered by the 765G, T-Mobile's newly outed Velvet uses MediaTek's Dimensity 1000C SoC. This chip is new. It's only now been unveiled. It's yet another member of the 1000 family, following the vanilla 1000, the 1000L, and the 1000 Plus. What makes this an even more exciting development than usual is that this is the first official launch of a phone with a 5G Dimensity chip outside of China. Previously, MediaTek did say it focused on the Chinese market exclusively, blah, blah, blah. To be honest with you, I kind of want to try it out. I want to see how good this Dimensity 1000 chipset is, or this 1000C, but I don't know if it's going to be a good chipset. So it has an octa-core CPU. It's clocked at 2 gigahertz. The GPU is a Mali G57 with 5 cores. It supports, memory up to 12 gigs, but that's not what this is going to have. It's capable of dual displays. So it's going to have that dual display that you see on the LG Velvet. And so the 1000C supports 120 hertz refresh rate, but I don't think it has that either on here. T-Mobile says its Velvet supports 600 megahertz and 2.5 gigahertz sub-6 5G networks. So it'll get the mid-band in there and the sub-6. So it has a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, which is 300 milliamp hours less than the Snap 765G Velvet. I didn't know that either. So the LG Velvet's even going to have a smaller battery, $588. They're not talking about the other specs on this. Why don't we get the other specs on here? Give me a second. Let me see if we can pull up these specs for T-Mobile. Is this a T-Mobile one? No, this is the Korean one. So this one has 4,300 milliamp hours. I don't know what else is different. So I'm assuming it's going to have the same internals though. It'll have the same camera. It'll have, what are we seeing in terms of RAM here? Is it 6 gigs? So 128 gigs of internal storage, 6 gigs of RAM. There is an 8 gig variant. I don't know which one T-Mobile is going to be supplying it with. It has a micro SD slot for expandable storage. It is It is UFS 2.1. This is a hard one for me to recommend. One thing I wanted to share is I actually pulled up a chart here of, let me make this screen bigger for you guys. I actually pulled this chart here with the vanilla Dimensity 1000. This is their entry level one. I don't know if the 1000C is even better than the Dimensity 1000. And the reason I say that is this is coming in at 2.6 gigahertz. The article said that the 1000C is only coming in at 2 gigahertz. So if common sense, if logic plays a part here, it really seems like the 1000C is even lower in terms of performance than the basic Dimensity 1000. So it might be an even lower performing chipset than the 765G, because the 765G is here 2.4 gigahertz for, one core, and then 2.2. At least that's how I'm assuming this is working. I don't have all of the specs. So like I could be wrong, but maybe they're similar. Here's another thing though that you got to think about. This phone is $588, right? $588 for a chipset that might be as good as a 765G or might be worse than a 765G. You also have to consider the fact that the camera experience on the LG Velvet for $588, is that camera experience going to be as good as a Pixel 4a at $350? Is it going to be as good as a $500 experience for a 4a 5G with a 765G chipset, a chipset that we know works well? That's why I don't know if it's worth that extra money. Is it a beautiful looking phone? Sure. Does it have excellent build quality? It looks like it. At least people have said so. You also got to remember, this phone from LG, you're not going to get stock Android on it. Who knows how long you're going to get support for? And then for people who buy LG for its exceptional, excellent audio quality, it's not going to have that quad DAC in there. For people who don't know that, the LG Velvet doesn't have the quad DAC. It doesn't have that. LG is known for having excellent hardware for audio, and the Velvet doesn't have that. So is it worth $588? I don't know. For me, I don't think it's worth it for me. I might need to do a little more homework to learn about this Dimensity 1000C chipset, but at $588, you have more options than a 4A 5G. Yesterday, I talked about the OnePlus 7T selling for $400. You would save $188 if you bought a OnePlus 7T with a more capable performing chipset, with a great build quality, great battery, quick wired charging. I just don't know if it's worth it. I might need to do a little more homework on it, but for me, coming out the bat, I don't know if it's worth $588. I really don't. I don't know if it's worth that much money. So that's it. I did have other stories, but we're past our hour. I have somebody going to be here in 20 minutes. So let me get through chat though real quick before I get out of here. Mauricio says the LG Velvet is everything. LG doesn't have to be. I still don't understand why this model and its 4G variant exist. Mauricio, you said it exactly how I should have said it. That is a very succinct way of putting it, and I completely agree with you. Brian Lau with the $1 super chat. Brian, thank you again for the support. Brian on a roll as usual with his daily super chats. Brian, thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. Always appreciate it. I know Brian's working. I know he's busy, but he always finds a way to stop in and supports me that way. So thank you so much. I also just got a new YouTube member, Gandak. Gandak, it's been a minute. Nice to see you, man. Nice to see you. Gandak is a new YouTube member. Gandak, you now have all the perks. You get the red Chicago star next to your name and the custom emoji. Gandak, do me a favor, DM me at Phone Jerome. I will give you access to my private Discord so we can talk and see what's going on in there. Welcome. Thank you for the support as well. Gandak also says, what's up? Haven't tuned in a while, been super busy. No worries, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate the love. Thank you so much. Deepak says, even Europe refuses MediaTek processors. Team Verizon says this Velvet CPU thing will confuse a lot of customers. They're already confusing me. Big House says people won't buy a MediaTek in the US. You're not wrong. I think they have a lot of work to do. Olympic says, how is the camera on the LG Velvet? I have no idea, but I can tell you this much. I don't think the camera is better than the Pixel 4a. I don't think the $588 LG Velvet camera is better than the $350 single camera on the Pixel 4a. I can almost be certain of. Big House says, I really shouldn't come down on MediaTek. I have one on my Xiaomi Note 8, but it's a gaming chip and pretty good. Well, thank you for at least sharing that. Damien says, but for half the price though, with a trade-in. Yeah. So here's the thing. So Damien, yeah, I'm talking about 588. You're talking about what? What's half of 588? About $300, less than $300. For less than $300, it might be worth it. The one thing I would have to worry about, Damien, is how good that chipset is. I'm worried about that chipset. I'm worried about the performance on there. Your LG G7, I think the chipset on your G7 is better performing than what this MediaTek one is going to be. So if you game or you're high on like performance or whatever, and it might not even be high in performance. It might be the fact of like what apps you're using. Cause like on my 730G, there are some apps I use that slow down on it. Even Amazon slows down a bit. So you have to think about what is important for you. Damien, do me a favor. If you want, DM me so like I can maybe break it down when I have some time. No promises though. Like I am a very busy person lately. I have 8 million things going on, but I try to help out if I can. So if a $300 price point, I really don't know what other phones you can buy for $300. So that might be a really good deal. But if you can spend a little more money, it might be worth considering what else is out there. Like I said, the OnePlus 7T for $400 unlocked is a great price, Well, we can talk. I'm sure chat has like thoughts about that as well. If you come in here regularly, not that I expect you to, but like my chat, they're a very helpful bunch and they try to help out as well. So like stick around if you'd like. I can always try to help if I can. All right. So let me see here. Gandex says, should have subbed way sooner. I appreciate it, man. No worries. Been following ever since the old Nexus 6P camera reviews. Glad to be a part of the Phone Jerome fam. Thank you so much. Thank you, Gandex. Thank you for the support. Junior says the Pixel 5 should be $599, nothing more. I would love if it was $599, Junior. I think, you know what, Junior? That's actually a really good point. If the 4A 5G is $500 and the Pixel 5 is an extra $100 for better build material, wireless charging, 90 hertz refresh rate, I think it would be worth it. Yeah. So, all right, guys, that is it for today. Guys, I want to thank you so much for coming by today. We had a very busy stream today, a lot busier than normal. I don't know if it was because I talked about the Pixel 4a and you guys love hearing about the Pixel 4a or the 4a 5G or the Pixel 5 or just the Pixel series in general. But thank you for stopping by. If you guys haven't had a chance, again, hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't hit that thumbs up button, hit that thumbs up button. I do stream weekdays at 2 p.m. Central. So I will be back tomorrow again at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. And I don't know what else it is around the world, but hit that subscribe button if you want to be part of the Phone Jerome fam. Well, you can be a YouTube member if you want to spend 99 cents a month and get the extra perks. But guys, thank you so much for joining in. Come back again tomorrow. Sorry, I got to like break it up. There's no extra OT today just because I have a lot going on. So come back tomorrow. We'll do it all over again. Otherwise, here comes the outro music as I wave goodbye, transition out. Have a good one, guys. See you tomorrow.